Phil Esposito played in the NHL for 19 years. He played 1,282 games, scored 717 goals, and earned 1,590 points. He won the Stanley Cup twice, led Canada to victory in the '72 Summit Series, and entered the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1984. He took home the Hart Trophy twice, and claimed the Art Ross 5 times over 7 years between 1969 and '75. In the years he didn't win the Hart, he was second only to his teammate Bobby Orr. Esposito cut his teeth in the Windy City for 4 seasons, before landing in Boston, where he achieved superstar status. In 1969, he came up one short of the elusive 50-goal mark. But come 1971, he scored 76 goals in 78 games, shattering the previous single-season goal-scoring record of 58, set by Bobby Hull in 1969. That kicked off a stretch of unparalleled scoring, during which he scored more than 60 goals in 4 of 5 seasons. No other player crossed the 60-goal threshold until Reggie Leach scored 61 in 1976. Esposito's single-season record of 76 goals stood firm until the 1981-82 season, when Gretzky scored 92. Clearly, Esposito had a knack for scoring. His size and strength were obviously a factor, but the key to Esposito's success was his ability to play the game in slow motion. It was as if time slowed down when Esposito got the puck in front of the net. In situations where lesser players would fire the puck blindly, Esposito was happy to hang onto it and outweight the opposition. He'd also hang out by the top of the circles in the deep slot, where he had a bit more room. And when he got the puck, he'd shoot it quickly with his extremely accurate shot. Even if the puck was in his feet or on his backhand, he'd find a way to get it on net. And after he shot, he didn't just stand there to see if it went in. He'd be on the move, so if there was a rebound, he'd get there first. He played smart, basic, clever hockey. By the summer of 1972, Esposito and Orr had become giants in the NHL and heroes in Boston. But it was in September that Esposito made his mark on Canadian hockey with his fierce play in the Summit Series. He'd initially resisted joining the team because of his commitment to a summer hockey school he ran with his brother Tony. Neither Alan Eagleson, who organized the tournament, nor coach Harry Sinden could sway him. But when he received a call from Bobby Orr, Esposito finally caved. Unfortunately, Orr ended up being sidelined for the series with a bad knee. But it was a good thing he convinced Esposito to play, because he ended up being Canada's most important player. Canada struggled early on in the tournament, and after a brutal Game 4 loss in Vancouver, the team was booed off the ice. Esposito, in a raw and honest post-game interview, admitted their struggles. He said they were doing the best they could, but the Russians were a powerful opponent, and told Canadians not to worry because they'd be better. In the end, Canada took the series, winning the last 3 games in Moscow, with Paul Henderson scoring the deciding goal in the final moments of the last game. Esposito scored 13 points in the series, made a defensive play to save a goal in Game 8, and cemented his position as the most important player in a series that still resonates with Canadians more than 50 years later. Midway through the 75-76 season, Esposito was traded again, a major move that sent him to the New York Rangers with Carol Vadnais, in exchange for Brad Park and John Rattel. Esposito spent nearly 6 seasons with the Rangers before retiring in 1981. By the time Esposito retired, only Gordie Howe had scored more goals and points. After he retired, Esposito managed the Rangers from 1986 to '89. His readiness to strike deals earned him the moniker Trader Phil. In 1991, Esposito was the driving force behind securing the financing for the Lightning's entry into the league. He also took the helm as the team's first president and GM. That first year, Esposito made history by inviting Manon Rhéaume to the Lightning's '92 training camp, during which she became the first woman to play in an NHL exhibition game. Esposito remains incredibly proud of bringing hockey to Tampa. He still talks about the early days, and how he convinced a bunch of Japanese businessmen to invest in a professional hockey team in Florida. That's all for this look back at Phil Esposito. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to support the channel.